Welcome back to another episode of the Oshay Vlogcast. I know many of you were just on the hangout that we just ended, but we are back with a very special guest, man. I'm talking about the brother is 130% knowing what the fuck he's talking about. I mean, this dude is the real deal, okay? I thought I had a little bit of game. I watched this shit. I said, nigga, I'm slacking. I'm slacking. And this is the one and only Locario. Okay, where the fuck was I at? Okay, this brother been around for a minute. Okay, everybody knows him. I'm somewhere else. This dude is the truth. And you guys are going to find out tonight, man. Brother, welcome to the channel. I'm glad to have you.
Yo, what's up, man? I appreciate being here, man. That was a great intro. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't expect all that.
He's hype you up real quick. Oh, woo!
What's poppin'? I'm glad to be here, man. I watch a lot of your videos, man. You be going in, so it's definitely a pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah, I've been trying to go in, man. But you know what? Your style of delivery and your style of teaching, right, men, it's so smooth, man. You're from New York, huh?
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised.
Oh, Brooklyn! I knew it. I said, this is neat. I got to keep away from my girl. I said, no, you can't. No, Locario can't come over. No, he can't come over because your style, man, the way you do things, is so smooth, and I just never met it. I never came across. Now, Elijah Curry is a smooth dude too, but yours, and plus you're a dark brother too, so I gotta be like, you know, I gotta rep for my people. You know what I mean? But how did you come across in getting into how did you become a dating coach, or how did you do that?
Well, what I used to do before I was coaching, I used to actually work in an after-school program doing video production. So I would like teach kids how to make videos, edit it, and we do like little short films and all that other stuff. So I was doing that like in my early 20s, because I was always into film and everything, and I still do, you know, little things with editing and everything like that. But while I was doing that, I was like, you know, I want to do something that's my own thing. Like I wanted to have my own business. I was like, so me and my best friend, who's also my business partner, we was brainstorming. He's like, yo, what do you know how to do? You know what I mean? So I was always like a serial dater. You know what I mean? So when I was younger, I was scared to like approach women, talk to women. I was getting rejected all the time. I would talk to like the cats that live around my way, you know, for certain advice. So as they were telling me stuff, I was trying it out, you know, trial and error, and then certain things were sticking, certain things wasn't. And then I started helping my friends get girls. So I would be the dude that'll go to the party with his friends, and then I'll be the one talking to the girls, and they be on the wall just chilling. You know what I mean? So I was like, y'all can't be having me doing all the work. So I started teaching my friends, my close friends, to do this. And then so now my best friend, he was like, yo, you know, you should do this for real. You know what I mean? So I just literally started putting up YouTube videos. I put up a few videos, and like, I think within like a week or two, it had like thousands of hits. And this was on my first channel that I first had when I first started YouTube, like in 2008. And I kept getting my channel flagged. So I had to keep going back and putting up more stuff. You know what I mean? So I just kept at it. And then through those videos, certain people started gravitating toward it, sending me emails, asking me for advice. Then I was like, let me put up this website, started writing books on it. And it just sort of, you know, flew from there. It started flowing from there. You know what I mean? So
Let me ask, because you're definitely good. Because I actually seen you. I mean, you're not even good. I seen you actually talking and grab ladies' butt right there. Like, that was some player shit. I said, oh. But let me ask you this, man. When did you start? Because a lot of brothers have a hard time, you know, talking to women, approaching women. When did you start getting good? At what phase were you just like, man, I suck, and now my confidence is up, I'm good?
Right. Well, the thing is, like, I started really, like, you know, hollering at chicks maybe around like 15, 16 years old, you know what I mean? But I still didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of nervous all the time. I would hesitate a lot. And then so when I would get rejected, I would internalize it. So I was feeling really bad and really, like, you know, depressed about certain things. So it took me a while to like talk to women. So I would talk to one girl, and then if she rejects me, I probably won't talk to another girl for like 2 weeks, because I'm trying to get over that one rejection and stuff. So as I started to learn more through other guys that would like teach me and everything, like I would just hang around older guys and they would let me know stuff. And also I would peep what they would do. So I would hear what they said, and I would peep how they would interact with women, and I would just copy what they were doing. And then so as I started to pick it up, I started to get a little bit more better at it because I didn't let the rejection get to me. So as I started to get sort of used to getting rejected, I was like, you know what, this ain't that bad getting rejected. And my kids kept going. So as I started to turn like 18, 19 to almost 20, that's when it started to become a little bit more easier for me to really make it happen. And then when I got 21 and was able to like get in clubs and all that and bars, then it was a wrap because then it got easier for me because I was in those places where most of the chicks that hang out and do all the other stuff. So, you know, it's just a lot of practicing over the years that made it a little bit more easy as you like get your feet wet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this, because you made a masterful video the other day, man. I mean, all your videos are good. You have and by the way, for those of you who want to find him, you can go to Locario Fan. And I'm putting his information. So you guys go into the description and subscribe to him, or actually in the chat. You made a video called Why, in so many words, Why Women Think You're Creepy.
Right.
Why women think you're creepy. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so that video clip, that was a clip actually from my seminar, which is called the Bad Boy Seminar. I have it on my site, mrlocario.com. If anybody want to download that, you could go there and get it. But that clip, it was from the seminar. So it was myself, my business partner, Miles Cunningham, and also my homegirl, Amina Zena. So we were on stage and we're talking about, like, you know, a guy asked what, you know, how do I get rid of that creepy vibe? And basically what we were saying is that, you know, the concept of a man being a creep or a guy being creepy is literally all inside a woman's head. You understand? So what's creepy to one woman will be awesome to the next. So you might be creepy to one girl, but to another girl, you're not. And the only thing that separates the creepiness is if she likes you or not. So if a girl likes you, you could go up to her and literally say anything and she's going to be feeling it. And you can say the same exact thing to another girl. If she don't like you, she's going to call you a creep. You understand? So a lot of guys think that it's literally the things that they're doing that's creepy, but it's more so the feeling that the girl is getting from your interaction with her. So the thing is this, because a person might say, and even on a deeper level, let's get deeper with it. Unless you're physically doing something to someone, unless you're physically imposing yourself on a person, then then that's that's one thing. If I say something to you, or if I talk to you and my intentions are just to talk and have a conversation and get to know you, and then you think I'm creepy, that's on you, because your emotions and how you're feeling about the situation is based off of how you see it. You understand what I'm saying? It's not necessarily what I'm doing, it's how you are interpreting what I'm doing. Because I can do literally the same thing word for word to somebody else and to another girl, and she'll be feeling it. You understand? So I always tell guys, you got to get out of that mind state of thinking, oh, I don't want to look like a creep, I don't want to feel like a creep. It's only creepy based off of her, her vision and her perception of you. And so you don't even necessarily need to think about that, because that usually is the thing that stops guys from actually talking to women and approaching women, because they don't want to look like that creep. You understand? But it's really just how she perceives you. So if she likes you, whatever you say and whatever you do, a lot of times is going to be receptive. If she's not into you, she's going to be like, oh, this guy is creepy, he's creeping me out. And the thing with women, generally, a lot of times, is that women, they'll say stuff, but they don't say the whole entire story, meaning, or they don't know how to explain it. So a lot of times you'll hear women say, oh, I'm so tired of these guys approaching me in the street. Oh, it's street harassment, all this other stuff. What they really mean to say is, I'm tired of these guys that I don't like approaching me in the street. You understand what I'm saying? Which is a different thing. So when you hear them say, I'm tired of these guys approaching me in the street, you're going to think, oh, I guess I shouldn't approach her because women don't like that. You understand? And now that's making you not get to the point where you need to do what you need to do to get where you need to go. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, because you make, at some point, what about the guy who says, all right, Locario, I understand that one girl may say that I'm creepy because she doesn't like me. One girl may say I'm creepy because she likes me. How can I, if I'm your client, how can I get more women to like me than to not like me?
Right.
So what if somebody says that?
Right. Well, the thing is this, is that first you got to understand that every girl's not going to like you, right? But you have to, but what I teach is have the mindsets that you can get any girl you want. You understand what I'm saying? Always refer back to this, I think it was Beanie Siegel who said it in one of his songs, where he said, shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you amongst those stars. So if you choose to try to think that, oh, I can get almost any girl I want, you're not going to get every girl because there's all these different variables of a girl might not like you, the girl might be a lesbian, the girl might have a boyfriend, whatever. But your thought process is going to propel you to be able to put yourself in position to attract a lot of women. So the thing is, when you talk about getting a girl that like you, right? It's first, accepting and understanding those aspects of the game, meaning that you're not going to get every specific girl, but also have the mindset that you can, get any girl you're trying to get. So once you have that mindset of, I can get as many girls as I want, or I can talk to any girl, what happens is that you're going to start to encounter and attract women who like you. But that liking of you comes from the confidence that you have within yourself and how you started when you were, approaching them. You understand? So you're starting from the mindset of this girl is going to want me. So I was even talking before in another video where I was saying that, when I approach a woman, I always assume that she wants to have sex with me. Like, I always assume that she wants me. Like, every chick that I approach, I assume she wants me before I even open my mouth. So when I start talking to her, I talk to her with a confident attitude where I'm expecting her to like me. You understand? A lot of guys approach women and say, I hope she likes me, or I hope she thinks I'm cool, or I hope she's attracted to me. So they're going with the hope instead of the notion or the thought process of, hey, this is who I am, I'm the shit, and she's gonna, want to fuck with me. You understand? Because that energy comes off when you talk to women. Women can sense when a guy's comfortable around her, and women can sense when a guy's nervous. Women can sense when a guy doesn't know what to say, and that makes it awkward a lot of times when you're dealing with women. So a lot of times when you're centered with who you are and you're cool with what you're about to do, the woman is also cool with that because she essentially follows your lead, even in the interaction that you're having with the girl. So sometimes when you're nervous and you're talking to a girl, the reason why it's not going well sometimes is because that nervousness makes her feel awkward. You understand? Because sometimes you'll approach a girl and she'll be nervous based off the fact that you approached her. And she might think you're an attractive guy and be like, damn, this guy's really, interesting. And I'm just some regular girl and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. And so now if you're cool, calm and collected, she'll start to get cool, calm and collected. If you're nervous and she's nervous, by her feeling awkward, she sometimes will reject you literally just to get out of that situation so she can stop feeling nervous. Because a lot of women's, how they feel is very important. And if they're feeling nervous, they're going to want to get out of that nervous situation, period, no matter what. So they're going to just reject you and walk away so they could, keep it moving, and then you don't end up closing the deal. You know what I mean?
That's good. This is good because a lot of y'all niggas that follow me, I know y'all get rejected. Some of you niggas ain't got no game.
And it's like everybody gets rejected, So it is what it is.
And it's always one of you niggas. I get all the bitches, and it's always one of the dudes. I bring somebody like you on that know what you're talking about, right? It's always some niggas that come on the thing. That's not true. I got plenty of bitches. No, you don't. No, you niggas don't, man. You don't. Listen, y'all.
Go ahead. If a lot of girls, that means he gets a lot of rejection. Like, there's no way for you to have a lot of women without a lot of rejection. So either way, if you say, I get a lot of girls, that means you're getting a lot of rejection also. So that, that to that point, you know what I mean? That's what's going on.
Let me ask you this, because you live in Brooklyn. Or you from Brooklyn? I don't know where you live at now, but you're Brooklyn. The stereotype is that the New York women are the hardest to get with because of the attitude, that kind of, because like New York women, New York people are like always in a rush, busy. Right. New York people don't take no shit; they'll cuss you out, and that attitude is embedded within most, New York City people. Now, I know it's going to be some brothers out there that's going to want to know, because we've seen you in videos with some good-looking Latino women, good-looking Dominican women. Is it easier to approach Latino women or Black women based off of your experience, or have you seen it's the same?
I would say it's pretty much the same generally, you know what I mean? But it depends on sometimes the type of woman, you understand, that you're dealing with. So it depends on like her culture, her background, and that goes on an individual level. But generally, I think a lot of it is really the same. But to answer your question about is it harder you know, as far as in just in New York City and stuff like that, it's basically depending on the fact of the culture of New York. It's only harder if you don't really know how to sort of navigate in specific situations on a specific contents and context in order to make it happen. So, for example, like you said, in New York, it's very busy. You feel what I'm saying? So when you approach a girl in the street, it's easier for you to get something going if you are really direct and quick. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of trying to get a long, drawn out conversation, and it's just like, hey, boom, what's good? How you doing? Listen, you know, you're looking really cute. Here's my card. Give me a call. And that's it. You understand? Like, you just really keep it really short and sweet because of that fast-paced culture. It's going to be harder for you in a lot of cases to like that slow indirect stuff a lot of times. But it's possible, but it's a little bit you know, harder. But the thing is, as far as we talk about like a Latina chick or a black chick or whatever, you know, I think also it depends on who you are. Like, if you're a black dude and you're approaching a black chick, I always, in my experience, it's easier for me to get black women than any other woman out there, because black women a lot of times generally want black guys. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, it's a little bit easier in that regard. Latino women, you know, love black dudes. So I always say that black guys, and generally on the low, people don't want to admit this. You understand what I'm saying? But most women, black, white, Asian, you know, Hispanic, whatever, any type of women, most women generally are into black men. You understand what I'm saying? Just off, and even if it's just a curiosity thing, even if it's just a fucking fetish thing, whatever, I can't call it. It depends on the specific girl, but they're into a black guy, like, in just generally. You understand what I'm saying? And so I say to black dudes, use that to your advantage. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to really, you know, make that happen. But also too, on the flip side, if we're gonna get, you know, like racial about it, you still got to also watch out that you ain't dealing with, you know, a chick, because I did a video about this, you dealing with a racist ass chick that you dating and you're a black guy, that could be a whole nother thing. So there's a lot of different variations of what goes on in the situation, depending on who you are and what the chick is and the culture and the situations you're in. So it's a lot of variables. And this is where the game comes in, because it's up to you to figure those out to best suit your situation. You know what I mean?
You just said something that I've always been saying, and people thought I was crazy. I said it's much easier. If you are a black man, it's much easier for you to get an attractive black woman than it is for you to get, to me at least, on average, than you to get an attractive white woman. I think another reason too is because, like, black women are used to the way, like, a Locario fan kind of guy who picks up women. Like, black women will want to see how much game you got. They're okay with you approaching.
Right.
They're used to it. It's our culture. Whereas, I mean, I don't know, other races of women, I don't know how they, I'm in Poland right now. I don't know if you know that. I don't ever talk to white girls. Right. Matter of fact, I have my woman is from she's here, living here now in Poland. How do other races of women take the approach of you approaching them versus black women?
Right. Well, what I noticed, you know, because me and some of my boys that, you know, we go out and have a few of my friends who, you know, black guys who we all go out, and it's like the women from other races, they're extremely receptive to it. You know what I mean? Because, and it's funny because I was actually out, and this is the perception. This is what I was saying about, you know, on the low, like, people don't realize that all these, you know, these women who want black guys, is that I've had situations where I'm out with guys, and I've had white dudes, Asian dudes, Indian dudes come up to me and my friends and say, you know, why is it, they'll say this, like, just like this, like, you know, it's easy for you to get girls because you're black. That's basically the, that's what they think. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is also too, is that a lot of these women are receptive to black men because, you know, black men, you know, we represent just off the bat masculinity. You see what I'm saying? Just like with our, you know, the way we're built. You understand what I'm saying? The way we look, the way we talk, everything, you know, exudes that thing. Also, too, you got to understand that women are attracted to the guys that seem like they have an edge. You understand? And even though in society, you know, black men are marketed as like, oh, we're terrible and we're this and we're that and we're thugs and all that other stuff. They don't realize that even though it's marketed that way, that's still appealing to women in general. You know what I'm saying? As far as this guy is is, he's exciting or whatever it is. You understand? So that plays a part in the reason why a lot of those women from other races will be receptive. You have other women from other races who they are from racist families, so they probably won't take you home to their moms and shit. You understand what I'm saying? But they'll have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? They'll be all up on you all day. You know what I mean? But it's like it's still that attraction, that raw attraction is there. You feel what I mean? So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this, because I mean, I would probably would you consider yourself to be a pickup artist?
Oh, nah, that's the thing. And that's the thing. I consider myself a dating coach. You know what I mean? Because I like to just do a whole wide variety of things when it comes to dating. Because I also coach women too. And, and so pickup artists more so to me has more to do with, just the fact of picking up women. I talk about picking up women also, but it's also like more to it. You know what I mean? So there's also more that I cover as far as like, keeping women interested. If you're actually trying to get a girlfriend, how to keep that going, how to, be on dates and make shit happen. So it's a lot of different things that go along with it. So I don't consider myself like a pickup artist, in that regard. You know what I mean? It's more like a coach, dating coach thing. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say a guy comes to you, I'm a client, like, yo, Locario, I heard you on Oshay's channel, I heard you on Alan Roger Curry's show or something like that. I want to. I'm not necessarily. Every guy is different. Some guys want to have more than one woman they can have sex with. Some guys want to try to find a girlfriend. What's the first thing if I come to you as a client? I'm looking to find a girlfriend and just want to be in a monogamous relationship. What are some of the things that you might recommend that I start off doing to improve myself?
Right. Well, see, the thing is, if you would need to know exactly where you're trying to go. Like you saying, if you want a monogamous relationship, you want a girlfriend, you go one route. If you want to just be, on your player thing and have a lot of different girls, you go another route. You understand? But what I would say is with both routes, it still starts off the same, where you would have to approach and interact with a lot of different women. But even before you do that, I always say, first, you have to work on yourself and your confidence, because that's going to make it a little bit easier for you to, go out there and make it happen. But while you're doing that, as you're out there, you're supposed to be spreading a wide net. Now, let's say if a guy wants to be in a monogamous relationship, what he would need to do is he would need to go out with a number of different women and evaluate those women. You understand what I'm saying? That he's going out, see how they are, and then see which ones fit into his program, into his paradigm. And I always say that you have to have a woman who is going to follow your lead in your program. And if she's not willing to do that, then that's not the girl you should be in a long-term relationship with. Now, and this is why it differs between if you're trying to get into a relationship versus if you're trying to actually just be on some player stuff and just, hit, bang girls here and there. So if you're trying to get into that relationship, what you got to understand is that these women that you're going to be in a relationship with are women who are going to be, a part of your life in, for an extended period of time. So you want to make sure that this girl is going to benefit you in a certain way. Make sure she's cooperating with you. Make sure she's, just treating you right. Make sure she's acting right. And those are the things you need to look for as you're dating these multiple women, and then you break it down to that one girl you want to see. If you're trying to just have sex with a whole bunch of girls, you know what I mean? All you got to do is basically you do the same thing as you're dating a number of different women, but also you have to, make sure that you are not letting the women think that it's just you and her. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of guys make the mistake of treating a woman they just want to as a fuck buddy. They treat her as the girlfriend type of woman, and then the woman thinks that it's, what I'm saying, more than it is. And so that's the thing that messes up the whole situation. Now, the guy who wants to get in a monogamous relationship, he needs to actually treat her almost like a girlfriend before she's the girlfriend. And that's the thing that sort of makes her want to be with him, because what is a sort of consistency in his behavior. So that means that you go out with her, you go out on a date, you hang out, you have some fun, you call her next week, hey, let's go out again. You call her next week, hey, let's go out again. You'll probably have sex. And then after you have sex, you call her again and say, hey, I really had a good time. I want to see you again. Let's do this. And then as you're continuing to be consistent with her, she's going to be like, oh, I'm starting to like this guy. She's starting to catch those feelings. And then usually what happens is she's going to bring it up. And I always tell guys to wait for her to bring it up in most cases. So all you should be doing is being consistent by continuously going out with her, calling her, you know, every week, and then going out with her, calling every week, going out with her. And at some point, she's going to start calling you more. And as, you know, a month or two, maybe 3 months go by or whatever it is, or depending on the time of, you know, how you want it, she's going to bring up like, hey, you know, I've been thinking, we've been seeing each other and all that other stuff. And then it turns into her choosing you as her man. A lot of times relationships don't work because the guy, he's feeling her and he's like, yo, I want her to be my girl now. And then he's asking her to be his girl when she hasn't really chosen him to be his girl yet. She's not there yet. She's not there emotionally yet to want to be with you like that. And I've made that mistake a few times when I was younger where I actually told girls, yeah, I want you to be my girl. And they're like, all right, cool, let's be together. And by next week, they're like breaking up with me because they weren't ready. Their feelings weren't attached to me at that point yet. So you have to continue to be consistent, and then, you know, it'll fall through in that regard. You know what I mean?
Now, what you just mentioned in so many words indirectly is that a woman can actually, you talked about the development relationship. You know, you go out, you have sex, go out. And so many words you're saying is men can be confused because you can be having sex with a woman and she still not want to be with you. And what we're taught in society is that, you know, hey, you know, once you fuck a woman, she's automatically going to be ready to be with you.
Right. Which is false. And a lot of times dudes don't understand that, you know, women also just want to have sex too sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes women will get with you and just want to, you know, get some sex for that night, or, you know, or use you as the fuck buddy. That's really, you know, so a lot of guys will mistake that as, oh, well, you know, we're on our way to this relationship, but she doesn't really see you in that capacity. And, you know, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just that girl don't want to do that with you. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? So if a girl wants to, you know, be with you, she's going to let it be known. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show in her actions and her words. Eventually, she's going to let it out. You understand what I'm saying? So that you don't even need to force that. You don't even need to really think about it in most cases when you're a guy. You just got to keep doing your thing. And as you're doing your thing, she's going to let you know if she wants the relationship. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let me take an intermission because I want to get you some subs here. So you guys, once again, you guys are in the building. We have a great guest tonight, Locario fan. The brother has taken some time out of his day to come to the channel and talk to you, those of you who may want to get, you know, this advice. The brother has over 1,000 videos on his channel, and when I say, and you guys know, I would never put you onto YouTuber who wasn't good. Okay, this guy is really good, better than good. All right, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's many years invested in this knowledge, and he is very consistent. And I looked at some of his numbers. It seems like as of late, he's been really getting a lot of subs. Seems like you were kind of just like at first on this particular channel, it wasn't growing, but it's like the last 3 months is booming. You know?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
It's been consistent. So what I want to take the time out here, brothers, let's go ahead and go into the chat. I put his channel. I want you guys to click a link on this channel, Locario fan, subbed. So Charles Gilmore, if you're not subbed to him already, let's subscribe him. Comment sub below. Love Incorporated sub him. The Grinch God, Killer Red, Frederick Chopin. You guys are in for a real treat. Okay, Cool Coley said he's been subbed. A lot of people already know you already. So if you guys do not, if you haven't subbed to Locario, thank you, LLP. He said he subscribed. Let's get the subscribers up. Thank you, Abe is great. See you on the Patreon. Young E, let's subscribe to him. All the guys. And let's get the likes up on the video if we can. We have 123 watching right now. I know many of you are still on the other hangout, but let's get the likes up. JR Wisdom in the chat. So let's get the like. Let's go ahead and support the brother. The brother is really doing a great job coming on here and wanting to discuss with the brothers and stuff like that. So thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Let me ask you this, Locario. Now we do have a group of men that may come and say, they're not going to publicly say this, but they may say, hey, Locario, I because of you, I'm able to get the date. Because of you, I'm able to get a second date and to even make her laugh and get her into me. But I'm having problems was sexually satisfying her. Now, do you like, look, nigga, I can't teach you how to fuck. Go somewhere else. Watch X videos. or do you also provide, and the reason why I'm talking about this, but believe it or not, many men do not know how to fuck. They don't.
Right.
Does Locario, if you have a client that's struggling with this, do you also talk to your clients about this also?
As far as like actual like intercourse and all that stuff?
Yeah, fine.
Or just, what do you mean, which one? Getting sex or actually having sex? Because those are two different things.
Well, okay, yeah, both. Fuck it.
Right. I mean, basically, I talk about all those things, but as far as but what usually a lot of guys have a problem with is the getting of the sex. Mm-hmm. And since that's the problem, when they do actually get the sex, then they don't really know what to do as far as that, it goes. See, so it's kind of in hand. So, but what I would say as far as the guys getting the sex, so you might go on a date, you might go on a second date, and I always say usually at least by the third date there has to be some sex happening. I usually like having sex on the first date. That's just me. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But is that the what's going to get you to the sex? So see, you got to say something. Just going on a date doesn't necessarily mean the woman is into you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's still, you guys are still sort of like feeling each other out at this point. You understand? And so it can either go to where she's, getting even more interested in you and she's sexually interested in you, or it could go to where she's just not feeling you when it's over, right? And that feeling can also happen after a few dates. So you go on the first date, she could be feeling you. The second date, she can be feeling you. You go on the third date, and for some reason, it's just not there anymore because of, whatever is going on with you and her, whatever it is. But what I always tell guys is that, and when you're on a date, you have to be flirting and building sexual tension. It's really those two things, and that's the things that most guys don't do. Most guys, when they talk to women, in a very platonic manner. And the reason why they do this is because they're scared to be, assertive. They're scared to actually push the situation to a next level. And the only way you're going to really know if a woman is into you sexually is you actually have to flirt and build a sexual tension. So basically, when I say flirt, it's more so like if you're on a date with a girl, it should be what you're saying verbally and also what you're doing physically. So as you're, talking to her, you should be touching her hand, have your arm around her, pulling her a little closer into you. Let's say you go out for drinks and she's sitting on the side of you, you put your arm around her, push her, closer to you, so that you need to see her action positively to you doing that type of stuff. Then that's showing you that she's interested in you and she actually want to, move it further. So if you're doing those things and you start kissing her and she's actually kissing you back, that's showing that she has sexual interest in you. Mm-hmm. She's kissing you and doing all the other stuff, then you can move on to, hey, let's get out of here. Let's go back to my place. Let's go to your place, whatever it is, right? And some girls are going to be like, let's say it's the first date. Some girls will be like, oh, I don't really know you like that. Let's, whatever. And that's cool too. You just, keep it going on the next date. And then by the third date, y'all should be, making it happen. But as you get to the point where you're actually, having sex and everything like that, I always tell guys, and I always tell guys to use condoms. This is what I do. I mean, you could do this or not, but this has helped me over the years. I've had sex with hundreds of girls and never got any woman pregnant. And what I do is I use a condom and I pull out before I'm about to come. So I don't even, like, when I'm nutting, the girl's nowhere near me. There's no semen anywhere. Like, it's not. So I'm just saying, because, some guys nut in the condom in the girl, and then sometimes the condom slips out or it breaks or whatever, and now you're messed up. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Also, what I suggest to do is that a lot of times you becoming good at having sex has a lot to do also with how much sex you're having. You understand? So if you have like a fuck buddy, or if you're good at interacting with women to the point where you can sleep with a number of different women, that's the thing that's going to make your sex game better. It's more so with like practice. You know what I mean? So there's certain basic things that you can do as far as, you basically making sure that you're well rested so that you can stay like energetic. You have the stamina, you know how to stay hard, because a lot of times, unfortunately, and this happens to me a few times too, is where I would go out with a girl and we're about to have sex or whatever, and I'm having sex with her, and we doing it. It's like 2-3 minutes in, and I get soft, and it's because I'm fucking tired. My shit is like I only slept for like 2 hours. I'm all fucked up. I probably drank too much or whatever it was, and then that contributed to me not being able to perform. So a lot of times you got to also understand that aspect of the situation is gonna, be important, because what you don't want to happen is you spent all this time trying to get this girl, you're there with her, and then the sex is about to happen, and then you can't get it up, and then she's looking at you like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And then now she probably won't be into you anymore in that regard, and now you spent all that time trying to get it, you got there, and then you can't do what you needed to do, you know what I mean? So there's a lot with practicing how to get it there, and also practicing how to put yourself in a position to really make it a pleasurable experience, not only for you but also the girl, you know what I mean? So yeah.
I fucked a lot of girls but
you said you fucked a lot of girls with what?
A half hard dick.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Like, a
lot of bitches was ugly too. Let me see. I'm echoing. Hold on a second. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm echoing like a motherfucker.
That's crazy.
Okay. Can you hear me guys? Can you hear me guys? Fuck. Okay, I'm echoing like shit. All right, hold on one second. All right, I'm back. I'm still echoing. Can you hear the echo?
It sounds good from my end. I don't hear no echo.
All right, well, fuck it. They're gonna have to listen to this shit. So, we got the half hard dick out the way.
Right.
Let's see. So Daryl Wisdom, he just asks, how can he close the deal? The girl comes home. Because yes, he been having business come to his house. They eat up all the cereal and leave.
So how does he get to smash when the girls come to his crib? So they come to his crib and then just eat up his food and bounce? Is that what's going on?
He comes to steal or something.
Wow.
He got her to the house.
Right.
But she left. He ended up.
Oh, see, that's the thing, man. Well, one way to do it, you gotta, first of all, sometimes you need to tell these girls that, listen, when you come to my house, we gonna get down to business. Like, you gotta let them know what it is before they come. So you say, hey, listen, you come to my house, I'm gonna get you naked. If you don't want to get naked, don't come to the crib. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one way you can do it. If you don't want to do it that way, when the girl comes to your house, you have to make sure that you're leading her to that situation. So she comes in the house, you say, hey, you want to drink or whatever, y'all drink real quick. You start talking to her, you may be sitting on the couch or whatever, then you start the flirting and the sexual tension again. You got to do the whole thing again where you're touching her, you're kissing her, and as you're kissing her and she's getting all hot and heavy and all that shit, then you lead her into the bedroom. You know what I mean? So a lot of it has to do with you orchestrating and leading the situation. That's what is 90% of the time, that's the thing that's going to, get you from point A to point B. Now, sometimes, it's best when a woman is there and she already knows what time it is and she's the one all over you. You understand? But in his situation, it seems like, the girls are just kind of chilling and, not really doing anything. So again, he has to be able to lead that situation. Once he leads it, then shit'll go pop off a little bit more. You know what I mean? So that's what that is, man.
Okay, so still here? Damn, the echo is fucked up. Okay, I'm gonna try to come back. Let me do something. All right. All right. Damn, it's echo. Damn, it's echo. Okay, so listen. Okay, so listen. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk. And I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm echoing. I'm echoing. What else are men missing when it comes to like not being able to close?
Right. Well, this is the thing. I'll say this. You know, men generally just gotta be more bold. You understand? So the reason why a lot of times guys ain't getting dates, guys ain't getting sex, you know, things aren't popping off for them is because they're scared to make the move. They're scared to actually say the thing they need to say in order to get her to come to the crib. They're scared to let a girl know they want to have sex with her. They're scared to say to a girl what they're really feeling. You understand? So by the reason why they don't say that is because they're scared of, you know, that she'll reject them. So a lot of guys tiptoe around the situation. They're looking for signs to where, you know, to see if it's safe to say this or to say that or to do this or to do that. But the thing is that a lot of times if you are interacting with a woman and you're flirting with her, you're building sexual tension, you're doing all these other things, she's going to show you what, like how into you she is. You understand? So a lot of times guys always want to know, like, oh, does this girl like me? You know, I wonder if I tell her, like, if she, you know, to come to my house, is she going to do it and all this other stuff. A lot of that goes along with you leading the situation, being bold about saying what you want to say, and then getting her in the situation, or getting her you know, really riled up in that situation to follow your lead. A lot of times guys, like I was saying earlier, they just speak too platonic to a woman, and this is why the guys get in the friend zone. This is how you actually get in the friend zone, where a woman, she sees the way that you're interacting with her is very friendly. And a lot of times too, sometimes you'll get in the friend zone not necessarily because she's not into you, but because you haven't made the move to flirt and build sexual tension. So she assumes you're not into her because you're not flirting with her. You see what I'm saying? But you're not flirting with her because you're scared to flirt. So now you're not getting her, not because she's not into you. You're not getting her because you were too scared to push the boundaries. You feel what I mean? And so this is why it's important for you always to get into a mode of actually flirting, being bold, and interacting with them, because that pushes it forward. Because a lot of times women want to have sex with you, they want to do these things, but they don't want to be the one that's responsible for the sex. They don't want to be the ones that's responsible for it happening. So they want you to do it. You feel what I'm saying? They want you to make it happen, right? I think you cut out real quick. I think we had cut out again. Cut out. There we go. Yeah, cut out again.
So am I echoing? Am I echoing? Fuck. Okay.
So I go.
Well, let me ask you. Why do women not want to be responsible? Your opinion.
So why do women not want to be responsible for what?
For the sex.
Right. Well, this is the thing. A lot of times women don't want to be responsible for it because women generally want their experience to seem like it just happened. You understand? Like a lot of times, you know, even when, because this, you got to take it back to the way that we're conditioned. A lot of women are conditioned. They see these movies, these, you know, videos of like, oh, this movie where the guy just happens to be at the same coffee shop. They bump into each other. It's magical, all that other goofy stuff, right? So women by nature are passive. So what happens is that for making those moves because they want to have the experience of being the one that is going along with how you're leading them. So, and also too, they don't want to feel like some women still have this issue where they feel like they're, you know, sluts and hoes and all that because they're having sex. So if they feel like you're the one who sort of inspired them to do it, then it wasn't their fault. It was you that made me have sex with you. And so that then it's okay. Then I can rationalize it in my mind that I'm not a slut, I'm not a hoe. It was that, you know, it just sort of happened. Like he just, you know, he was just really cool and we were here and we were just hanging out and blah, 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 blah. But if she consciously knows that she's the one who made it happen, then now she has to face herself and say, damn, like, what did I do? And so there are certain girls And these are the girls that I like, the ones who don't give a fuck, the ones who actually like doing that and they're comfortable with their sexuality and want to do that. You understand what I'm saying? But in most cases, the girls, they want to have sex, but they also want you to give them the reason to do it. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to be the ones to have done it. It's just the same way where a woman might be interested in you. She wants you to approach her. She doesn't want to have to approach you. You see what I'm saying? She wants to be the one that felt like you desired her. She didn't want to feel like she had to be the one to do the work in order to make that situation happen. You know what I mean? And this is why I tell guys, you know, leadership in a situation is so important, because that's going to get you from point A to point B quicker than you trying to just sort of fall back and wait for the girl to do everything, because most times they're not going to do nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And then nothing's going to happen because you didn't do the part that you were supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's what it is.
So here's what I'm so shit. I don't know. Is there anything
Say that again?
Is there anything else?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, anybody that's watching this to go to my membership site, which is called badboymembership.com. So if you go to badboymembership.com and join my membership site, what I have on there is I have 45 to 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials on that site. And this is for the guys out there. If you want to really step up your game, you join the membership, go to badboymembership.com. And what I'm going to do is, if anybody who's watching this on your show, if they see this interview,
hey, what's up?
You know,
Hey, what's up?
You went on the site. That's the video on the site. But anybody who goes to Bad Boy Membership and joins the membership, I'm going to give you a free copy of my book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. I'm going to give you the free ebook copy. So this is the hard copy. I'm going to give you the free ebook copy. Oshay, I'm gonna mail you the hard copy of this book. So send me your address. But for anybody who joins the membership and mentions that they were watching this interview, so you was watching Oshay Dukes Jackson's video with me on it, you're gonna get a free copy of How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, the ebook, if you join the Bad Boy membership and mention that you watched it on this show. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I want to let the people know. You feel what I mean? So yeah.
I really enjoyed the interview. Stupid ass. But I would like for you to come back.
Oh, definitely. I'm down whenever, man. I'm down whenever. Just let me know.
So what about next?
Yeah, we can do it next week. Next week. Let me double check my schedule. But yeah, next week sounds good, man. Next week sounds good. We can do it same time. We can get it popping.
Okay. So let me before I drop you off and see if I'm gonna promote your channel.
Right.
Okay, man. Good. Thank you. Let's see here. All right, am I echoing, guys? Okay, so thank you guys, man. It seems like maybe I was echoing or they picked up him. Man, you guys go to badboymembership.com, okay? Before we end, Locario is in master at what he does. And the one thing I like about him, he's a dark-skinned brother that's actually excelling at this. Most are dating coaches, and no offense to like, you know, Alan Roger Curry. Alan Roger Curry is great. Alan Roger Curry is light-skinned, right? And, you know, like even like guys like Minister Jab, guys like, you know, Angry Man, popular Ringo. But this is a brother that's, you know, real dark brother that had a lot of game. And it just goes to show you that as a black man, if you have skills, don't really matter what shade you are. And a lot of people think that, you know, well, if you're dark skinned, it's gonna be a little harder. Listen, man, the brother is picking, you know, he's with all kinds of beautiful women. So I want you brothers to go ahead and go to badboymembership.com. I'm gonna put him an actual copy in here. And it was a great interview, man. I'm gonna have him back next Saturday. So again, subscribe to his channel here, okay? And damn, Oshay is telling us his peeps ain't got no game. Who the fuck is LLDP? You know what? This is why I'm gonna kick your ass spot here with your dumb ass. All right, listen, brothers. I'm gonna put all this information in the description. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with Locario. He was an awesome guest. I'm sorry about the damn echo. But once again, subscribe to him right here. As you know, the buffoonery remains the all-time high. We'll be back next week. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Good night, niggas.